Thoughts on the way your defense played tonight?
We played a hell of a game. I don't know how many 3-and-outs we had, but it was quite a few, and that's probably the best defense we played all year, or a contender. One of them.
What made it the best? What was great? What was strong about this performance tonight?
We were clicking on all levels. Defensive line, we was getting after the QB. Linebackers were filling the gaps. The DBs, they were doing their job. We connected, and we were able to keep them at 10 points. Mm-hmm.
The group that you guys have up front, to have a guy like David Abiara come in and make some plays early, does that just energize the whole room?
Yeah, because David, he kind of a tricky one, you know what I'm saying? He sometimes he's on, sometimes he's off, but tonight he was on, and that was pretty exciting to see him.
They had the one long touchdown drive. Was there something that you guys did to adjust after that, or was it just kind of manning up and saying we're not going to give that anything like that up again?
It was definitely adjustments. Coach Simons came in at halftime, made the adjustments that we needed, and we was able to shut them out in the second half. Mm-hmm.
East Carolina rotated 2 quarterbacks in and out of the lineup. How much did that impact the way you guys defended when it was either Flynn or Garcia?
We knew what they were trying to do with each quarterback, so we're pretty much up to date on what we needed to do when whoever was in. When 10 in, we did certain plays. When 15 was in, we did certain plays.
To grab the first road win of the year, how important is that, especially going on the road again next week?
It's very important because it's hard to get a win on the road, especially by 21. That's very hard, and you don't see too many teams doing that often. So it was very important. It could possibly set up our season for a championship, and that's ultimately what we want.
In previous years, it's kind of felt like, hey, the offense needs to score X number of points to win. What does it mean that a couple times this year the defense has really stepped up and kind of said maybe only a handful of points is going to be necessary?
Defensively, we made a big turn. Our SMU, they known for offense. That's no secret. But this year, we wanted to change it around. So we got the pieces that we needed, and we changed it around. So, yeah.
You're one of the guys who was here a few years ago when it didn't go so well. Did that game play in your mind at all? And did you think about that when you walked into the stadium again?
I probably thought about that game all week, if I'm being honest. Yeah, because that was probably the worst loss I was a part of. 45 in the first half was crazy, but redemption, we got it.
Is it fun to think that the defense, I think Jonathan talked about it, still can get better, even though you guys are doing what you're doing right now?
Yeah, the fact that it's a lot of space for us to get better it's really crazy to me, because seeing that means we could probably be one of the best defense in the country, and that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. And then what's the feeling when you have I think it was the quarterback wrapped up? I mean, do you kind of feel like, hey, I've got a pretty good hold of him? Like, I mean, you obviously are a big, strong guy that can throw a guy around a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Just kind of what's the feeling going into a big play like that?
I kind of like, once I grabbed him, he was kind of beefy, so I was like, whoa. But my thought at the time was to just slam this guy to the ground hard as I can, and that's what I did. Yeah.
Do you and your teammates talk at all about the fact that a lot of these opponents you're seeing for the last time, this is your final go-round through this conference, do you and your teammates talk about leaving your mark on the way out of different schools like this?
Yeah. Like I said, we want to get an AAC championship, and the only way to do that is to dominate every team that's in front of us.